Good afternoon, everyone, especially to our beloved instructor, Miss Venus Abinido. Ma'am, good afternoon. By the way, I'm Jonalyn Pañas, second reporter of the Norms of Morality. So, my topic is continuation of the report of Miss Tundo. So, I will tackle about qualifications of the norm. So in order to be effective as a moral criterion or standards of judgment, a norm of morality should have the following qualifications. So the first, the norm needs to be unchangeable. Second, the norm needs to be universal. Third, the norm needs to be accessible to all. Fourth, the norm needs to be applicable to all conditions of life. Fifth, the norm needs to be of single standard. So first qualification of the norm is the norm needs to be unchangeable. So the basic and fundamental nature of morality is its stability. If the norm is changing and fluctuating, the morality will be lacking its fundamental stability. Such a norm would not be a reliable standard because in such cases human being can never be certain of morality of his/her acts. Second, the norm needs to be universal. So the norm it means to everybody. It is not for a particular group or class of persons. It should be applicable to all human beings. Everybody should feel himself or herself bound to the moral law. So nobody can be exempted from these obligations. Third, the norm needs to be accessible to all. So, the universal accessibility of the norm is an essential nature of it. Everybody must be able to know at least the fundamental principles of morality. It helps them to live a moral life. Unless the norm of morality is accessible to all, they can never arrive at knowledge of the fundamental principles of morality, because all moral principles naturally flow from the norm. Fourth, the norm needs to be applicable to all conditions. So, if only the norm is within mental reach of every individual, they will be able to make all their action conform to the norm of morality. So, in other case, such a norm could not serve as standard for every individual in all his/her actions. Fifth, the norms needs to be of single standard. Although there are many moral actions for human beings, morality remains always as once. Since every human being have the same human nature, the moral standard of all human beings must be the same. Thus, there cannot be one norm for a particular group of persons or actions and another norm of different group of persons or actions. So that's all the qualifications of the norm. So in ethics, we can find the two kinds of norms. First, the subjective norms of morality, and the second, objective norms of morality. In subjective norms of morality, the moral authority dwells within the individual. In ethics, conscience can be understood as the subjective norms of morality. So the next, objective norms is the standard of an objective evaluations of human acts. So that's all my topic, and thank you everyone.